All right, what's up, folks? Hope everybody's doing well out there. How is everybody doing today? So, like I said, here's the thing, man. Y'all got to understand what time it is, right? And what phase we're in right now, right? Which this is the building phase, like the mega building phase for this business, right? So again, I'm going to encourage every time I get on here everybody to donate because I don't work for free, right? Like I said, it's very simplistic, right? I should be getting paid a whole lot more money than what I'm being paid because I turned this into a full-fledged company, right? That's successful and gets a lot more done than anyone, literally anyone. So the views are going to keep coming in. I ain't even worried about the views. I produce those without trying like nobody's business. All right, that's number one. All right, the views are going to be there because I'm a superstar and I'm the real deal. All right, the talent is there. Pretty much all the elements for what's necessary are already there, right? So it's like at this stage in the game, I mean, you know, everybody on YouTube just kind of looks silly, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, they've all made horrible decisions. Okay, they all don't really make any sense whatsoever, any of them, right? So at the end of the day, it, you know, people are just funny to me, you know. Um, like I said, I don't really feel like talking about most of them anymore because like I have no affiliation with any of them. I'm just saying that all these people they wanted to get on YouTube, they wanted to build a career like me. This is just the truth, right? They wanted to build a career like me. They all failed. They couldn't do it. People went out their way, right, to try to stop me from making it. Everybody pretty much was against me, like one man versus everyone. And I stood up to everybody and I managed to still win. Okay. So, that's the thing, man. Like, if y'all remember a little bit back in the day, right? Hold on. If you remember a little bit back in the day, right, you had, how do I explain this? Well, basically, you had all these people who they had they had resources, right? And I mean, it's still somewhat the situation, right? They had resources, they had the ability to help, right? Just like now. But see, I'm in a little bit different position right now. Like I'm still struggling somewhat. I still have, you know, major issues just because of how hard my life has been. You know, things are hard, just basic stuff because like I said, none of these people really help with anything. They don't do anything. None of them. You know what I mean? And that's not going to change anytime soon. Um, when you had people like TJ, who's been nothing but lazy and literally was like sleeping on the street corner, you know, outside. I mean, I can't deal with people like that who want to sit there and actually act like they can give me advice and sit there and tell me, slow stuff like, what did he say that one time? Like, have you ever heard of me, myself, and I? Like, what does that mean if I'm the guy who, like, I really think people just say things to try to agitate me at this point. That's why I don't talk to none of those people no more because they're fake. They're fake friends. They show fake love. And it was like I'm the guy who literally just had made. over 11,000 bands in front of you. $11,000. All right. I don't know why my connection would get interrupted other than the government. But yeah, they don't like when I say the truth, but you know what I mean? You'll hear them mess with the sound on the show. You'll hear them pull some kind of antic pretty much every time without fail. Right. But yeah, like I said, I mean, I was the guy who did everything by himself, always in front of you. And like I said, you were the gateway to those people, as usual, narcs who were doing the same thing, stalking, hating, right? And I mean, everybody got owned, everybody got sunned. You know, that's what I noticed narcissists do. They'll stalk you, right? And they'll follow me around however they can. And then they try to send agents, right, to try to get information or to try to intimidate or whatever. And it's like everybody gets made to look a fool of. Well, that's what happened with me. You know what I mean? And the same people that was talking all this I'm tough stuff, they'll walk right by me and don't say nothing because they scared. You know, I'm just saying that's the environment. Like that's more so the environment in like Austin is what I'm talking about. But just the fact that they even had the audacity to do that. You know what I mean? To like send and the same type of people too to like send them as if they're gonna tell me anything, right? Or intimidate me. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like they get intimidated and have to get on the phone like a female after they was just talking all this raw gangsta stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, all I am is myself. I'm just a man who I hold my own. I stand my ground, right? And I believe in God at the end of the day now. And you know, I do my own thing. By the way, Christina, I love you. I need to hear from you, please, if you can. I don't know what's going on. If you can, I'd like us to be talking every day so I know what's going on, you know, but just let me know that you're okay and what's happening, right? I love you. And I want to let you know when I'm going live, which let me do that real quick. Hold up. But yeah, my point is just that, you know, people are silly, right? People waste their time with antics. TJ was a perfect example. I mean, I try to be cool with these people, and you realize you can't really be cool with them because they're fake. You know what I'm saying? That's why when you pulled your stunt and you did all them antics and all that stuff, like how you couldn't control your anger or whatever, like he's actually banned from one of them hotels that I go to. Okay. So he's like banned from there. He can't ever go back, right? And that was part of the reason why when you were asking me and stuff, like I was paying for my own stuff, getting my own room, doing what I needed to do for me, right? Because like you would sit there and you would act 1 minute like you all right and you cool, and then the next minute you start like talking weird, like as if you're in charge of something. Like you're not in charge of anything. So what are you talking about? You know what I mean? So it's like you can't even work together with people no more because they start fronting and talking nonsense and just weird stuff. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, like I appreciate him, like he's a cool dude, nothing against him, but just the fact that, y'all make it so hard to really work with anybody, you know? Now, would I try again? Probably. You know what I mean? I give everybody, every opportunity in the book to do things right, right? And show me that they're gonna, do things the right way. My whole point is just that, like, I ran my own food truck, which is basically like ran my own restaurant. Basically, like I said, I didn't own it. I made more money than the owners. Like, I'm a literal genius. I don't get on here just talking or running my mouth. What I'm talking about, people should really listen to because it'll help them to really learn something. And then they can walk away actually gathering something from my show, right? From my content. Um, and you'll be able to learn and utilize it in what you're trying to do if you really listen, right? And that's the problem with a lot of people is they're not willing to listen. The reason that people can't get anywhere is because of themselves, because of their own decision. Most people, they don't want to look in the mirror and address the underlying issues within yourself, right? Because that's the hardest thing to do. Correct. So again, it just, for me, it all comes back to the same point. It all comes back to the same, objective and my mission, which is to help people, right, to wake up and hopefully address these underlying issues. Like I said, you've got fake life coaches on this platform. You've got people who run around getting locked up every 5 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Like Rob Rack. Um, Rob Rack is back in prison again. Doesn't have any notoriety. He's just the biggest joke on YouTube, as well as, all these people are known as the biggest joke on YouTube. The joke's on you. It's not on anyone else, right? Like I said, I didn't make the horrible decisions you made. Never would, right? Wasn't sitting there living in a roach motel, right? Like, the hotels that I go to and I would use are all the nicest hotels there is. Real talk. They're all top of the line. So it's like, I mean, what I've proven is that I can go somewhere, and if I can pull me the right opportunity, I can make something out of it, right? But that's the thing, is when you have like all them expenses adding up, it's hard to really build from that point. You understand? It's hard to build from that standpoint. I mean, could I do it? Yeah, but it's just your outward expenses are just too much. You know what I'm saying? Now it's a little different because I built my own business. This is my own business. I own it independently. It's all my own thing. People could say whatever. I don't work for nobody, bro. I work for me. I do what I want to do when I want to do it. And like, nobody controls me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's not an LLC, it's not a company like that. It's an idea. All my companies I keep as ideas and concepts because those are the best companies. And if you don't understand that, then you don't understand much of anything, because it's really not a difficult, thing to digest. Real talk. It's not difficult to understand or digest basic common sense. You know what I mean? Like, no. I want to build a company based off ideas for products where like people think up ideas and then we create the product, where companies, actually encourage and reward creativity, right? And it's not like all the other companies. It's not going to be like them, where they're all like a pyramid scheme and a Ponzi scheme, where it's all designed to keep the workers down, who do all the workers and treat them like slaves, basically, while they, produce your product. Without your workers, I mean, you have no product. That's the thing. Companies don't look for people who are assets. Companies look for people that they can manipulate and take advantage of and basically boss around. And the system does you just like Satan. It basically uses you and spits you out. And you can look at millions of examples of this. I'm talking like millions. I mean, it's nonstop with how they treat people. It's nonstop with just the reality of it that it's always been like that. Feel what I'm saying? So for me, it's like I built my own company, right? I mean, like I said, my whole history, I was the richest man that ever walked this planet. I made and spent more money than any human being who ever walked this planet. I assure you that. I say that with confidence every time because I know the truth. And all these people know the truth. All of you know the truth. And if you don't, you need to really do some research, homie, and figure out who you're talking to. I'm not your average dude. I'm really the real deal. So, like I said, when I am strong enough and man enough to say, still don't give me a pass. You know what I mean? I'm gonna still be, a street dude and never back down to nothing and nobody. That takes a lot of courage, man, and a lot of people see that. A lot of people admire me for my courage. You know what I mean? I love that word, courage. Courage, the cowardly dog. It's here to save his new home. So yeah, I mean, something almost flew in my mouth. That was weird. The wind is strong today, man. It's like cold. But yeah, long story short, how do I put this? I mean, people are just going to have to be quiet and realize what it is, that it ain't going to change, and get with the program. Again, as far as Illuminati was not infiltrated by Freemasonry, okay? Illuminati is Freemasonry. That's what I learned. That's what I figured out that most people didn't, right? So at the end of the day, right, it's like, um, I don't know how else to really explain it to you. I mean, like, this is the structure for not only the corporate world, but the entire world. Like I said, there's an underground society, just like they depict in that movie with Wesley Snipes, right? There's an underground society, right? Underground society, right? That's run by whatever you want to call it, whether it's vampires, literally, whether it's reptilians, but there's definitely a lot of evil going on in this society. It's rampant, widespread, and it's super obvious, right? It's super obvious what they're doing, that they're preying on us, that the system is predatory. And I put up a lot of these headlines so that you people can see, because you have to acknowledge what's going on in the world. You people love to worry about me, but you're too focused on me. That's weird. Like, go find a job, because there's a lot of things going on in the world and you're not talking about them. You don't want to acknowledge all these so-called mothers who, are sitting there, and I mean, they're actually getting arrested. Some of them. It was another headline that I didn't put out yet because I clicked the wrong button. But I mean, they don't protect their family. They don't care. They're neglected, and these issues never get addressed, and they happen time and time and time again. I mean, at some point, you have to look at it and say, okay, well, women have been programmed the wrong way because they're not acting like women. Feel what I'm saying? Because real women don't do that. Real women are not just focused on themselves, right, and making no sense. And like I said, they all weird. I saw a chick yesterday. She looked like she was like, I don't know, like carrying tents around, like homeless or something. You know what I mean? And I'm just saying, like, it's like all of them. It's like they're not in touch with reality. All of them. They're not looking to better their situation. They all of them. It's like they have no concept of what and who they are, of any of their power. Like they're completely disempowered, you know. And then all the super simp beta males, y'all will just sit there and be like, well, they look good, they look like this, whatever. Does any of that really matter at the end of the day? Does it really play any role in anything or have an impact? You know what I mean? Does it? Does it really matter? Doesn't matter what someone looks like. None of it matters. What matters at the end of the day is, like, do they make sense? That's the thing. When people laugh at that, like, I would sit there and say, it doesn't make any sense. And someone thinks that's funny. I think you're funny because now you're seeing the reality and the effects of not making sense and how detrimental it is, right, to the person who doesn't make any sense. You see what I'm saying? Now reality's starting to set in just a little bit because reality knocks at Narcissist's door nonstop, and it won't stop knocking. And they always want to put it off. Well, I'll get to it when I get to it. I don't want to deal with reality right now. That's delusion. That's delusional. Delusion should not be accepted in this society at all. If people are really delusional and they're showing every sign that they're delusional, 100%, they should be locked up in a psych ward in an insane asylum, because that's to protect all the other normal people in society. And you don't have to be normal, but at least acknowledge reality. I thought that wasn't a choice for grown adults, right? If you've got delusional people running around, which is what you have tons of now, like I said, they're just going to make things harder for all the good people like you and I who are trying to build careers and doing what we're supposed to do, whatever you call it, white collar, blue collar workers, people who want to work and want to succeed and want to thrive and just want to do well, right? And are sensible, and we make sense. So when you people laugh at that, I mean, what's funny? I'm laughing at you now. I've been laughing at you the whole time. You see what I'm saying? Because I know that delusional people can't be successful. You understand? I know that delusional people will never win in anything because they don't even know what's going on. I laugh at delusional people. Real talk, like all the time. Like pretty much every day. I'm laughing at you right now. Like real talk. I think y'all funny as hell, bro. You know what I mean? I don't care about you. You care about me. That's fine. I mean, yeah, that's your thing. I suggest you move on because, worrying about me, I mean, you're just going to be stuck in your feelings all the time. Feel me? Because I'm going somewhere. I know where I'm going, right? Everything is set in place for where I'm going. There's no way to stop where I'm going. Like, I'm winning. Like I said, I got a lot of blessings that are supposed to be coming to me as we speak, right? Like, I'm on the internet, I'm a public figure, and I'm doing the real thing. I'm the only one who's succeeded. I'm the only one who my reputation and my fame is growing, and it's unprecedented. I mean, it's ridiculous how big of a superstar I'm becoming. People are going to listen to every word that I say. People are going to want to follow my example. I'm a role model for everyone, not only the youth, but even adults and everybody. I'm a role model. I'm an example to follow. And that's the thing. The number one thing about me is I don't care what people think. I've heard a lot of people try to talk down on me, right? And always act like I'm down and out, but yet I'm doing better than all of you. Like I said, come Christmas, I might get a pretty decent check. Right there, that opens up my options again, so I can do different things with that. I can make different moves. I can travel, right? I can do different things. If we get enough people to donate on here, like, I don't even got to wait till Christmas. We could just get this show on the road right now. But y'all got to donate. You see what I'm saying? It's all up to y'all. It's up to the audience. You know what I mean? I've never begged for anything. I offer a service. I work hard on here. I'm an entertainer. That's the service. I entertain the public. I deserve to be compensated correctly. They pay me, but they take it forever to pay. No company makes you wait 2 months to get a check and pays you 1/100 of a cent. for like 1,000 views. This is a joke. It's ridiculous. Let's just be realistic, right? And yet I took that system and still got people mad at me because I'm making more money than they'll ever see. Just telling you the truth, man. Like I said, my next check has the potential, right? At some point here, has the potential to I might be nearing $400 for one check. That's pretty good, bro. That's more money than any of y'all make at these jobs. I know that. It is. It's more than y'all make at these jobs. Y'all can say whatever you want, but like you don't understand that once the check is lined, I keep going. So I'm already working on the next check. You feel what I'm saying? Like people don't get it, man. It's not about it's about freedom, man. At the same time, most of y'all, if you make anything more than that, oh y'all are slaves. I mean, you're sitting somewhere all day, wasting every second, hating what you do because no matter what you do, you're not happy because you a slave. Feel me? Even if it's something you like, I mean, you're not doing nothing. The only thing I could say is maybe if you like do what I did with like the food truck thing, like a restaurant and you cooking and you really running the show, that's fun. When you in charge and you making good money, like yeah, that allows you some freedom. But even then, I was still working like I was working 6 days a week. I would try to come in early, like 2 p.m., work till like 4 or 5 in the morning. I didn't really have much freedom. You know what I mean? I mean, I did. I was taking away my own freedom because I wanted the money. You feel what I'm saying? And that's my thing. Like when you got people trying to act slow, like you're not even talking about or recognizing or acknowledging what's happened here. I haven't made any mistakes. I was never down and out. No, you people just try to start your weird, fake, delusional nonsense every time. I mean, you're going to do that no matter what. You're going to do that when I have millions of dollars again right now. You're going to do the same thing over and over. I don't care about you. You're not a part of this. You can't speak on me, regardless, period. I made that crystal clear. So, like I said, at the end of the day, man, I mean, people got to get educated on what Illuminati is. People got to get educated on what Freemasonry is. People got to get educated on the game and what's actually happening, right? People got to get educated on the fact that what I'm doing and what I'm going through is impossible. So, every time you hear me speak, every time you see me, you're seeing the impossible get done. I'm a walking miracle regardless. You know what I mean? What I'm going through is the hardest thing anyone could go through. And like I said, how dare somebody try to disrespect that who's the same people and person who caused it? That's ridiculous. I mean, that's terrible. Like, so it's that serious to you? Like I said, and it is. You got these people. They want to stop me from living my life. Like real talk, they trying to completely stop me. Because they jealous of who I am. I mean, that's ridiculous, man. It should have never been that serious, bro. You know what I mean? So right there, you can tell that people don't make any sense. And then to run around and act like you bragging to who? Don't nobody in this society who's halfway normal vouch for that or think that's cool. That's the wackest thing you can do, bro. Much less like a coward, all that coward stuff. And then sit there and try to actually like perpetrate and act like you can play victim. Like what? Y'all using the whole corrupt system and still lost. I mean, how much more of a boss can I be? You know what I mean? Like I said, all these corrupt officials are going to jail and losing their job. All of them. You see tarot readers now talking about it. The tarot readers, you haven't been through an inkling of what I've been through. You just experienced a little small inkling shadow of what I go through because they're mad at you because you're doing the readings that are about me. It all comes down to me. I'm ground zero. The tarot readers can't really file a lawsuit. That's what they don't get because you're just going through basic stuff like people typing something you don't like in a chat. That's you can't go to court for that. That's not court worthy. What's court worthy is when you're going through what I'm going through, when for over 25 years, people have said, what's towards me, right? People, are on there 24 hours a day, monitoring and weird stuff and like stalking and all that, and just continue to bother you and use different means of communication. That's a lawsuit. When I've experienced actual detriment to health because of what they did to me, because of their phone calls, right? When I go through things like what I've been through that are a huge deal, that's lawsuit worthy. All that other stuff, them tarot readers, they can't sue. They can entertain the thought all they want, but that's not a real lawsuit, bro. And if they gonna hand out settlements like that, like I said, I mean, y'all act like this system is about who gets there first. That's not right. That's not how it works. You have to have truth in what you're saying. It's not about who gets anywhere first. There's no rush to do anything. There's no rush to go to court. What do you mean? Come on, dude. The evidence is always going to be there, man. Like I said, it's, people are really doing it to themselves. You feel me? So I just want people to understand, like, none of this is really that complicated. It's just that you got to have the mind to process it and examine it and understand it and see what's really going on. Like I said, as far as the Batman stuff, I've already accomplished everything I needed to in the valley. I'm not worried or concerned about the valley because I've already done everything I need to do. I've already changed things catastrophically and made my impact and my change for good, a positive impact. Outside of that, it's not my job or responsibility. It never was. I'm doing all y'all a favor, and that's the thing where I get upset when people take me helping them and doing them a favor as, oh, I owe you something now. I don't play like that. I don't let people take advantage of me. That's why I walked out in Kentucky and walked 3 hours. If I'm willing to walk under highways and bridges and places people don't walk in Kentucky, like, you know what I mean, and escaping, a group that I was never a part of, that I had no idea what it was or what I was getting myself into, and I watched other people go through the same thing and have to escape and leave. My escape just was a lot more dramatic. You understand? Like, you got to think, bro, if I'm willing to walk 3 hours and be stranded in the middle of Kentucky somewhere I've never stopped really and really experienced, I mean, clearly I have a real purpose, right? Like I said, I can turn around and expose that company in my sleep, but I want to do it the proper way. With the church cult, I've already exposed them. There's nothing they can do about it. That's their fault, right? Because that whole organization is illegal, right? And I mean, it should go out of business. It's that simple. They shouldn't be running because they're preying on homeless people, right? And they're leaving people stranded. And I mean, like, it's ridiculous. I mean, like I said, what you're doing is highly illegal, all of it. Forcing people to panhandle, you're basically trafficking folks, literally, because you're just picking up people and lying to them. Like, that's pretty much trafficking what you're doing, right? And that's why they sit there like acting like they're defending a system that is corrupt. It's an illegal organization, bro. I mean, how do you all claim if they were making money, why was the same one who was trying to defend it sitting there complaining about, oh, my tooth hurts and I can feel it up here in my cheek? Like, okay, so if they was giving you any money, right, obviously they wasn't breaking bread with you, and none of them really look like they got money, so what you mean? But yet you see the main ones, like the fake pastors, they driving around their little cars and stuff, and they probably on payments or whatever, but it's like, where do you think that money came from? Obviously the illegal activity that you're doing. I mean, ain't nothing legal about that, partner. Nothing. I don't care who says what. I don't care what. That's the reason why when I asked them about it, they were nervous, obviously, and said, well, you do have a choice. It's America. Well, that's a lie because I just told you there is no choice. So how is that an answer? You can't just dance around the issues. And the reason why they're concerned is because they know they have a deal worked out with them, obviously. You understand? Meaning, like I said, it's an underground criminal organization that includes corrupt departments and corrupt authorities. That's how all this is happening, is because of corrupt authorities, because people in these positions in these departments, that's why they sit there and they hate on real people like me and try to target us. And with me, they completely failed. It was an epic fail, right? And they got exposed. And I'm taking them to court. You understand? Like, people don't get, like, I have a ton of punitive damages that people have to pay me money for whatever damage was caused to me and what I'm going through. And you know what I mean? Like, I got so much money coming to me. I understand that from different angles. It's just a matter of when. Feel what I'm saying? And honestly, for me, I'm not worried about it. I could care less. Like, if it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Like, that's in God's hands. That's not really in my hands. Just like justice is in God's hands. Just like He said, vengeance is mine a million times. That's on God. What God wants to do about things. That's not up to me. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, like I said, your entire structure in your society is Freemasonry, bro. The entire thing is Freemasonry. The entire thing is Illuminati. That's how they have these corporations. Y'all talk about money, but again, you're talking to an earth angel. Me and money don't mix. I have nothing to do with money. Any money I make is spiritual. I'm making it in a positive aspect and turning it into a positive thing, using it in a positive light to help people, right? That's the only reason why I was ever in any of these positions, because I gave all my money to other people, helping them. But you don't want to talk about that. You know that I'm a boss. You know that everybody would come to me for money, right? Nobody really took advantage of me. What are you talking about? Nobody gained anything off me ever. That's the thing. I mean, the readings are even using my terminology about making come ups, about everything, bro. Like, a come up doesn't exist. It doesn't exist, because anything you're doing with malicious purpose is not going to work. You understand? And it's just gonna go right back where it was sent. Like when they say return to sender, that's what it does. You understand? Like I said, the only way to really get rich in this world is to be truly righteous. That's the only way. The only way to truly own things, right, like I do, and be wealthy, is hard work. And like I said, making money through the universal laws of karma. If you're unwilling to do that or don't know how to do that, I mean, you're completely out of luck, because all the other stuff is just a waste of time. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, again, I just want people to understand, like I said, you've got people that they get on here, they repeat themselves every day. This whole organization is illegal. It's already been ruled illegal by court, Google, right? From what I heard, allegedly, right? It was on the news, right? So all these people here, they're a criminal organization, right? So, we take it to court and they go to prison. It's very simple. You know what I mean? Like, all these people are trying to act like they can boycott my content, like they can control my finances or my life. All of it was proven wrong. Never, ever does anyone have that power over me. Y'all are silly, man. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, you just got a bunch of fools on here. Like I said, they try to act like they're doing their own content, and don't none of them have content. They want to boycott mine and act like I don't exist, but then they're still sitting there worried about me. I mean, it makes no sense. You know what I mean? Like, no, bro, it ain't gonna go on like that. And I'm gonna say something too, one more time, man. When you people who are connected to this, when you start going to shows I watch, because I'm paying attention to that too, and then your name appears or pops up, and the guy hosting the show that I watch says your name, you do realize I'm gonna use that in court, right? Is people make silly moves, man, because they're not smart criminals. They're very, very simple, right? Like, you have no business going somewhere of something I watch just to go bother me. You know what that is? That's a crime. Why would you do that? You know what I mean? Like, it's very simple. Like, you can stop, right? Or, the judge is going to see that you never stopped and you just kept going. I mean, it's been years, bro. So, I mean, either you stop or the judge is going to obviously lengthen your sentence when we get to court. Common sense, because I'm going to say, no, like, they kept going and going and going. A little scruffy. They kept going and going and going, right? And they never stopped, right? So my deal is like I said, like, when people are basically sitting there, right, and they're not making any coherent sense, right? Like, they're just, wasting their time, not making any sense, just talking nonsense, right? It's always going to make them look bad, right? It's always going to make them look worse. See what I'm saying? People really got to just understand what it is. You know what I mean? Like, all you people, like I said, you've had years and years, decades to get your act together. All y'all should have all the resources. I should have none, because I'm a real street nigga. It's a little different. right? I've been beefing my entire life, right? You people are still saying things, whether it be towards me or in general, that make no coherent sense. You know what I mean? I'm making adjustments. I'm making changes. Like I said, I'm doing great. I'm coming up in the world. You know what I mean? Despite what's been done to me and what I'm going through, that's the hardest thing imaginable. You know, when you got people who don't care and they're who's responsible, they have no remorse, and then they're gonna sit there and try to talk fake smack. What is that? I don't do fake talk over here, partner. All I know is y'all gonna do a long time in prison, and that's guaranteed. You feel me? Because the judge is gonna see all that. You feel what I'm saying? It's ridiculous, man, that you think I'm gonna sit here and continue to document your misery. Like, I'm good, bro. That's not my job. People saw it. People know what it is. These people are gonna rat on themselves like they're already doing. Like the Evan guy, he's just sitting there turning around, ratting on everyone, and then acting like he's doing something cool. Like I said, you sent $40 to a Cash App, bro, and I've asked you repeatedly, can you repeat the donation? You don't respond. You don't say nothing. I don't read comments. You already know that, so it's a waste of time. You talk. You can talk right through there. Like, you all got to pay me to talk to me. I'm a celebrity. Real talk. So have I heard anything? No. Have I received even half of that, like $20 donation, $40, anything? No, right? And nobody owes me anything, but I'm just saying, like, the people, well, some of those people do actually owe me, because in court they're going to have to pay me for punitive damages for what they did towards me. So you got to understand, like, it's not that easy to get out of it. Now you're panicking and you're trying to get out of it by still being malicious. You just want to be malicious to the other malicious people, right? Or pretend. Like I said, I don't get it, man, because I can guarantee you the court is not going to say, I mean, I'm not even going to go into it. It's just self-explanatory, man. I mean, punitive damages is like thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars I'm going to be owed from all of you. So, like I said, how come I didn't hear nothing back? You know what I mean? When, like I said, like, you could have been helped. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what I don't understand. Like, people could have been stepped up. People could have been helped me to get what I need done. Like, right now, I just have, like I said, a couple of things I still need. I've been trucking this whole time by myself. That's ridiculous, man. Because there's tons of people listening to me. They listen to me. They try to boycott me and not listen. Then they have to still anyway, right? So then they nonsense. Look, they're speeding right there. They should get a ticket right there. Really, they should go to jail. Real talk. But they're just speeding. Like I said, they do whatever they want. That's what they do. Look, just ran a stop sign right in front of me. Right. That's what they do. And these people don't care. They don't do anything because, like I said, they're all corrupt. Nobody does their job. You know what I mean? Who do these people think they are? Like, do they think they're mobsters or something? Like, these people really, really are crazy, bro. Like, they really believe that there's someone. Like, these are the softest individuals I've ever seen. Like, ain't none of these people mobsters, gangsters, nothing. And they want to sit there and perpetrate and then expect people to care. Like, I don't care. I just think it's crazy how corrupt all y'all are, and it ain't even about money, because ain't none of y'all making no money. All y'all broke. You know, money. Ain't no money in the valley, bro. All these people broke, though. They a joke. Real talk. They more worried about the fact I'm saying the truth than worrying about doing their job, than worried about actually doing what needs to be done. You know what I mean? Somebody speeding like that and running stop signs, that's maniacal, bro. That's insane. And that puts all of us at risk. But you don't care, right? Because they don't care about the people. All they care about is what they say they care about. They check. They check is very small, man. These people make no. So I don't know what you do care about. It clearly ain't a check, because y'all ain't making no bread. So, like I said, y'all all funny to me. You feel me? Like I said, man, it ain't nothing but a bunch of corruption, a bunch of people that are entitled and expect handouts. And like I said, all of what they're doing is criminal funded. And the fact is, at the end of the day, it's all going to be exposed, and the courtroom's going to shut it down. All of it. Y'all don't understand. Like, my federal lawsuit is so big, it's going to affect so much change. Okay, like, a lot of people are going to have to just pack their stuff and move out. Real talk. A lot of people are going to lose their homes. They're going to lose their jobs. They're going to lose everything. They're going to be forced to pay a ton of money to me. Like, there's a lot that's happened. You feel me? So at the end of the day, like I said, all these people are living off of my money. That's the fact. They living off of money they made, right, off of my name and off of me. It's sad and pathetic, man. Like real talk, bro. It's absolutely ridiculous, man. And then the fact that these people would perpetrate just because they all working together and they all discriminate. Like you could be whatever you want to be, you know what I mean? But like, I just think it's funny how slow y'all are, right? Well, like I said, man, if people ain't figured it out by now, that I'm not budging and the line moves for nobody and I make the rules, right? And I decide everything and I have all the power. I mean, I made it pretty clear. So, I mean, I give up if you don't get it by now, right? Like I said, man, y'all got to start studying corporate structure, start studying how these systems are built, start studying what's actually happening instead of just sitting there, you know, and expecting everything to just fall in your lap. You understand? You people online, especially on YouTube, you're a joke, bro. I mean, like you're part of an organization that's already been ruled illegal allegedly by the courts. I mean, how do you feel about that? They funny as hell, bro. And they just sit there and act like, oh yeah, we're just doing this and we're gonna do whatever we want. Not when this federal lawsuit's filed, you're not. Nope. Actually, there's gonna be lawyers, judges, DAs, everybody, whether they're corrupt or not, they're gonna have to do their job, right? And they're gonna have to make sure that you're not online doing your antics. Like I said, man, it is what it is, man. People did it to themselves. I'm just gonna stay winning and keep on laughing at these people. There wasn't no competition, as you saw. Can't nobody compete with me in any stance on anything on any notion, right? I'm the best. I'm the primetime champ. It is what it is, man. You know, forget about Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was never the champ, and he just went through a humiliation ritual because he sold his soul, like I said. So kind of seems like I've been right about everything I ever said. I haven't had anyone challenge my position yet because they can't. I've had nobody prove me wrong yet because they can't. Like I said, I think y'all are funny, man. Like real talk. I genuinely think that people are hilarious. Feel me? So, like I said, you know, I don't know, bro. Let me know when y'all want to be normal human beings and start involving me and including me, since I'm the biggest deal on this network and I happen to run it, right? And let me know when you want to actually have a conversation or when you want to collab and actually work together and build real business on top of a business and start winning. Because right now, all y'all losing. All right, easy.